Hello student. So children, today we will cover our next topic of chapter number 5 and the topic is delegation. In this chapter, video number 6, we are going to cover delegation, the process of delegation, the element of delegation and what are the importance of delegation. Now children, before starting with the delegation concept, let's take an example also. In chapter number 2, where we have talked about the principle of management, student, I have explained you that manager is a key role or key model for any organization. Inside the organization, a manager has to work in different areas. He has to work in so many department, and with that he also has to see that the things or the employee of our organization are working properly or not. So children, no matter sometime how much capable or how much talented a manager is there, but it's very impossible for him to cover each and every area or each and every task of his organization himself. And there is a time when we got a need for handing over of him certain work to his subordinate, and this is the time where we got the process of delegation. If you want to understand it in a very simple way, you can say that it's basically a process where a manager used to transfer his some of the work to his subordinate so that he can able to see those work which are more important for him. So handing over a responsibility towards the subordinate with certain power and accountability is a process of delegation. Now see the definition. It is a process a manager follow in dividing the work assigned to him so that he perform that part which only he can do because of his unique organizational placement and take work from other remaining part. It means delegation is a process where a manager divide his work which is assigned to him towards his subordinate, and so that he can do only those work which is very important and for which can be only done from the manager's side, and rest of the remaining work he can hand over or transfer to his subordinate also. So this process of transferring work towards the subordinate with certain power and accountability is known as a process of delegation. Now see the another concept also here. It means the granting of authority. Authority means the power to subordinate to operate within the prescribed limit. The manager who delegate authority hold his subordinate responsible for proper performance of assigned tasks to make ensure his subordinate perform all the work effectively and efficiently in expected manner. The manager create accountability. It means delegation is a process of granting authority and responsibility towards the subordinate. It's a process of transferring responsibility and it's a process of granting authority to operate within the prescribed limit. मीन्स डेलीगेशन एक प्रोसेस है जहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं, ट्रांसफ़र कर रहे हैं अपने वर्क को, अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी को अपने सबॉर्डिनेट को, और ग्रांट कर रहे हैं उसे कुछ, अलाउड कर रहे हैं उसे कुछ पावर सो दैट ही कैन वर्क दोज थिंग. And the manager who delegate authority hold his subordinate responsible. The manager, after delegating the work, also make the subordinate responsible for their performance whatever has been assigned to them, to make sure that his subordinate perform all the work effectively and efficiently in expected manner. The manager creates accountability. It means delegation is a process of transferring responsibility, granting authority, and making accountable of the subordinate for their task whatever has been assigned from the manager's side. This process is known as the process of delegation. Now we will read about the process and element of delegation. Now, the process and element of delegation from the definition also, I think it will be clear to you. It have three main element. The process of delegation include three main element. It's authority, responsibility and accountability. Now authority, I have told you earlier also, means the power. जहाँ पे एक मैनेजर इज हैंडिंग ओवर और गिविंग सर्टेन पावर टू द एम्प्लॉय सो दैट दे कैन वर्क प्रॉपरली. Responsibility means way this manager is transferring some work or the subordinate are obligated for doing that work. And accountability means where a superior, after assigning work to the subordinate, is making them answerable toward the superior whether the work has been done successfully or failurely. Now see properly the process or element of delegation. The first, authority, the power of taking decision in order to guide the activities of other. Authority is the power which influence the conduct of other. So what is authority? Authority is basically a power where they can take the decision or they can guide the activities of others. Authority is basically a power by which we can influence the conduct or the behavior of other. Responsibility, it is the obligation of subordinate to properly perform the assigned duty. When a superior issue order, it becomes the responsibility of a subordinate to carry it out. Responsibility basically means obligation of a subordinate to perform. Once the manager has given transfer certain work to the subordinate, it becomes obligation for a subordinate to complete that work or to complete that work according to the instruction given from the superior side. So that is called responsibility. Now what is accountability? When a superior assigns some work to a subordinate, he is answerable to his superior for his success or failure. Principle of absoluteness of accountability. Authority can be delegated, but accountability cannot be delegated. Manager, by a manager, the authority granted to a subordinate can be taken back and redelegated to other person. The manager cannot escape from the responsibility for any default or mistake on the part of his subordinate. Now basically accountability is a way of answerability. Now in the authority you have been given a power. You have been means the subordinate has been given certain power from the manager's side so that he can influence the behavior of other and work properly by using his power. In the responsibility element, the manager has transferred certain work to the subordinate where the subordinate are obligated to perform that assigned task or assigned duty towards his superior. Now in the accountability concept, when the superior assigns some work to the subordinate, the superior is also answerable to his own superior for the success or failure of that work, and the subordinate who has been transferred that work or that task from the manager side will be also answerable or accountable for the success or failure of that work toward the manager. So we can say here that we can delegate the authority. It means you have given power to someone, but if you find that person is misusing the power, they are not using the power in a proper way, you can redelegate that power to somebody else. But once the responsibility has been given, once the work has been given to the subordinate, with work they got the accountability also. इट मीन्स आपने एक बार काम दे दिया अपने सबॉर्डिनेट को, काम के साथ में उनको आंसरबिलिटी भी आ गई. दे आर नाउ अकाउंटेबल फॉर यू. उनकी जवाबदारी है कि वो अब उस काम को कंप्लीट करें और आपको आंसर्स करें कि वो काम हुआ या नहीं हुआ है. वी कैन नॉट ट्रांसफ़र द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, वी कैन नॉट डेलीगेट द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, वी कैन नॉट डेलीगेट द अकाउंटेबिलिटी, बट येस वी कैन डेलीगेट द ऑथोरिटी. So the authority granted to a subordinate can be taken back and re-delegated to other person. If you feel that the employee or the subordinate is misusing the power, you can take back the power as a manager from the subordinate, and you can give this power, re-delegate this power to some another person. The manager cannot escape from the responsibility, but The once the manager has been given certain responsibility, he cannot run away from that responsibility for any default or mistake on the part of his subordinate. It means once after giving the responsibility towards the subordinate also, manager is still accountable for that work. He cannot run, or he cannot just leave the mistake of the part of subordinate. Even the mistake is done from the subordinate side, but the manager will be responsible for that work, because this work has been given to the manager. Later on, manager has handed or transferred this work to his subordinate. For example, you can see here also, if the chief executive asks marketing manager to achieve a sell target of sell of 100 unit day, it means एक चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर ने अपने मार्केटिंग मैनेजर को बोला कि उसका टारगेट क्या है, सेल को कितना अचीव करना है, कितने सेल को 100 यूनिट, एक दिन में 100 यूनिट सेल होनी चाहिए. दिस इज़ द टारगेट ऑफ चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव डिसाइडेड फॉर हिज मार्केटिंग मैनेजर. नाउ what marketing manager has did, marketing manager has delegated this task to deputy sales manager. यहाँ पे क्या हो गया है, डेलीगेशन की प्रोसेस हो गई है. उसने अपना जो टास्क था, अपनी जो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी, किसको दे दी है, डिप्टी सेल मैनेजर को दे दी है. क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी, दैट इज सेलिंग ऑफ 100 यूनिट विद इन 1 day. Who failed to achieve this target? Now the deputy sale manager has failed to achieve the target within 1 day. 100 यूनिट का जो टारगेट था इनका सेलिंग का, वो सक्सेसफुली सोल्ड नहीं हो पाया, राइट. देन मार्केटिंग मैनेजर विल बी आंसरेबल फॉर द वर्क परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ हिज सबॉर्डिनेट. thus accountability is always of the person who delegate the authority. It means now who will be responsible for answering this failure? It will be not deputy sale manager, it will be marketing manager who has been assigned the work. That is, no matter later on he has given his task to deputy sale manager, but if there is any success or if there is any failure regarding the work, the accountability will be gone to that person whom the work has been given in first time. So accountability is always of the person who delegate the authority. I hope these three elements are clear to you now. Now here you can see the process of delegation of authority also. Now how the process of delegation occurred. First thing, असाइनिंग ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. सबसे पहले मैनेजर क्या करता है, वर्क असाइन करता है, यानी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी असाइन करता है कि वो अपने वर्क को किसे देगा. आफ्टर दैट ग्रांटिंग ऑथोरिटी. वर्क असाइन करने के बाद, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी असाइन करने के बाद, नाउ ही हैज़ टू ग्रांट पावर so that the subordinate can do that work properly, and then he has to fix accountability, that who will be responsible for whom. This answerability has to be decided. Now this is called as a process of delegation. Now we are going to read about the difference between authority, responsibility and accountability. Now children, this is the difference between authority, responsibility and accountability. Now see the basis also. On the basis of meaning first, right to command is authority. Authority basically means power, where you can command somebody, so that is authority. Responsibility means what? Obligation to perform an assigned task, where some task has been given you from your superior and you are obligated to perform that task. This is called your responsibility. Accountability means accountability for the outcome of the assigned task, means whatever task has been given to you and whatever was the result of that task, now you are the one who will be accountable for that. So accountability is what? The outcome of the assigned task is accountability. Now origin. Authority कहाँ से आती है? Authority arise from formal position. Formal position basically means the people, those who are sitting in a proper formal position like a manager, they can give you the authority. Responsibility, it arise from delegated authority. Now once the authority has been given to you, power has been given to you, so it will also give you, or with authority the responsibility will also come towards you. And now once responsibility has come, so you will be also accountable for that responsibility or answerable for that responsibility. So origin should be very clear. Authority, it arises from a formal position. from your boss, from your superior. Responsibility, it arises from delegated authority, and accountability, it arises from the responsibility. Flow, ऑथोरिटी कैसे फ्लो करती है, पावर कैसे फ्लो करती है, डाउनवर्ड फ्रॉम सुपीरियर टू सबॉर्डिनेट, बिकॉज आपको पावर कौन देगा, आपको पावर आपका सुपीरियर देगा, किस, सबॉर्डिनेट को. सो कैसे हो रहा है, सुपीरियर सबॉर्डिनेट को दे रहा है, इट मीन्स डाउनवर्ड के लिए फ्लो कर रही है. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कैसी हो रही है, आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो किसके लिए, यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर योर सुपीरियर, सो यू आर, इट्स फ्लोइंग अपवर्ड. एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी, upward from subordinate to superior. Why? Because the work which is assigned to the subordinate, they are answerable for their superior, so this is upward. Withdrawal, authority can be withdrawn anytime by giving notice. Now once the power has been given from a manager's side and they find that this power has not used properly and misused, so anytime they can able to withdraw this power by giving you any notice. Now once a responsibility has been given, it cannot be withdrawn once created. You are responsible for that work, you have to do it. Accountability, it cannot be withdrawn once created. So these are the difference between authority, responsibility and accountability. Now children, we will be reading about the importance of delegation. Now student, importance of delegation, reduction of executive workload. Executive workload, you can understand manager workload. Now delegation, one of the very important thing is that it reduce the workload of manager, it reduce the workload of officer. They can thus utilize their time in more important and creative work instead of work of daily routine. It means in the delegation process, what a manager used to do, they used to give their certain work which is not daily purpose work, which is not so important work, to their subordinate. So in this way they are reducing their workload and they can utilize their own time for other important work also, which is very important for the business organization. The second importance of delegation is employee development. Now employee get more opportunity to utilize their talent, which allow them to develop those skills which will enable them to perform complex tasks also. Now the task which is with manager, because of the delegation process, they used to hand over those tasks to the subordinate. So in this way what is happening, we are developing our employee also, we are developing our subordinate also, because the complex, we are giving them opportunity to utilize their talent for doing those work which is supposed to be done from the manager's side. The third is quick and better decision are possible. The subordinate are granted sufficient authority so that they need not to go to their superior for taking decision concerning the routine matter. Now children, in the delegation process, when certain responsibility has been transferred from superior or manager to the subordinate, with the responsibility of work, they also give them certain power or authority also to take the decision. So in that way, whenever a subordinate is granting certain authority, they don't need to ask each and everything from the superior. So in this way they can do the work also very properly and they can do the work very quickly. High morale of subordinate. Now this is the fourth advantage of delegation process. Because of delegation of authority to the subordinate, they get an opportunity to display their efficiency and capacity. Now because the manager is handing over or transferring his work with power to the subordinate, in this way we are also encouraging the morale of the subordinate, because they find that they have got opportunity to display their efficiency and capacity towards their manager. Better coordination. Now the element of delegation, authority, responsibility and accountability help to define the powers, duties and answerability related to various job positions, which result in developing and maintaining effective coordination. Now importance of delegation is that in the process of delegation, three things are defined very properly, that is authority, responsibility and accountability. It means the power, work and answerability has to be done in a balanced way, by which each and every employee are knowing that from where they are going to get the work, from where they are going to get the power and how or whom they are going to be responsible for their work. So in this way there is a better coordination between these three elements, which create a proper or effective coordination inside the organization also. So children, today we have covered these topics, and next video we will cover decentralization topic. So today you have to only go through with this video, where we have covered what is delegation, what are the different elements of delegation, and what is the process of delegation, and the importance of delegation. Thank you.